Although yoga encourages overall health and wellness, and the techniques demonstrated within this program are designed for people of all skill levels, consult your physician before beginning any new exercise program.
Hi, welcome to Mindbody. I'm Susan Foxley, a certified life coach and a registered yoga instructor. I help people live healthier, happier lives. And here's the key. Fitness is not just physical, it's emotional, mental, even spiritual for some people. It's about happiness and health, mind and body. Let's get started. Today our topic is tail wags dog. So today we have wonderful Al joining us today, and he's a yoga teacher, and we're going to do a lot of downward dogs today. So I'd like you to go grab your mat at home and go ahead and rest in child's pose, and Al is crossing his arms right underneath his forehead to really rest. Go ahead and rest. Soften your forehead. Relax your lower jaw from your upper jaw. Melt your shoulders, your upper arms, your forearms, hands and fingers. And just let your torso drop onto your thighs, your shins and calves, feet and toes. And just let go. And go ahead and stretch your arms forward, please, into an active child's pose. And if it's too difficult with your buttocks onto your heels, if it creates too much knee pain, please bring your buttocks up a little higher away from your heels. And then I invite you to take both of your hands off the yoga mat to the right, and even your belly button can be over your right thigh. Really nice, and rest your forehead, and just you get a nice stretch through the side body. Really nice for the intercostal muscles. And I love how Al's fingers are nice and spread. That looks gorgeous, Al. Really nice. And then back to center, please. Crawling your arms forward, and then go ahead, please, and bring your arms off the yoga mat to the left. And bring the belly button over your left thigh. Really nice. And go ahead and take a big inhale and exhale. Really nice. Another inhale and exhale. And then bring your arms straight ahead, please. Stretch your arms forward. Active child's pose. Gorgeous. And if you notice, Al's fingers are so nice and spread, bringing your awareness into your thumb, index, middle ring, and pinky fingers. Come on up onto your hands and knees, please, for cat-cow. Go ahead and look up, and bring the thoracic spine between your shoulder blades into your body, and then look to your belly button and scoop. You'll notice Al's arms are nice and straight. That looks gorgeous. Grounding your knuckles, grounding your knees. Beautiful. Go ahead and look up to the sky. Bringing the thoracic spine into the body. So important. And then go ahead and look to your belly button and scoop, scoop, scoop as you ground your knuckles in your knees. Gorgeous. And then come back to looking straight ahead and just lift your right arm and left leg. Spinal balancing here. This is a balancing pose. Really nice, extending your right fingertips away from your left heel and your left heel away from, gorgeous, your right hand away from your left heel. And see if you can drop this left hip down a little just to square the hips. Gorgeous. Bring that hand down and that knee down, and other side, please. Left arm, and gorgeous, bringing the left hand away from the right heel and the right heel away from the left hand. Getting as gorgeous, and I love how your hips are symmetrical. This looks beautiful. Really nice. Belly button into the spine. Drop your knee, drop your hand, please. And then from here, let's go right to downward dog. And you'll see Al's fingers are nice and spread for a beautiful foundation. You'll see his elbows are nice and straight. And you want to wrap the inner arm away from the outer arm, away from the ears to create space. That looks lovely. And just relax your head and neck. And I'm going to bring the belt around his thighs because I want the thighs to move back away from the face. So we're going to create a lot of space in the spine. So you want to move the front thigh away towards the back thigh and getting as much space as you can. This is traction to the spine. Ground your right hand. Ground your left hand. Bring the thighs away from your face as you just relax your head and neck, please. Really let your head dangle. And you'll note, and the thighs internally rotate. And you'll notice with Al, I love how his thighs are internally rotating. Gorgeous, and even his inner heel is rotating to the outer heel. And you'll notice that Al's heels don't ground onto the floor. That's usually genetic. Usually I've had clients that I've taught for 15, 20 years, and their heels don't touch the floor. That does not matter. What really matters is bringing the hips away from your wrists and getting a long spine. Really nice. Gorgeous downward dog. Long inhalations in through the nose and out through the nose. Beautiful. And then from here, go right into plank position, please. Hold plank position. Breathing deeply. And then from here, just go ahead and bend your knees and come into an elbow plank. And so come onto your elbows and interlace your fingertips. An elbow plank, please. And straighten your legs. Really nice. I like elbow plank for my clients that have shoulder issues. Straight elbow plank sometimes is very challenging for my clients with shoulder issues. So this is a nice compromise. And really bring your belly button into the spine. Lovely. I love Al's really waking up his core, and I love how his legs are nice and straight. Gorgeous. And then from here, slowly come down onto your belly and stretch your arms forward for another spinal balance. And from here, lift your right arm and your left leg, please. And come down, and your left arm and right leg. Beautiful. Right arm, left leg. And left arm, right leg. Nice. And come down, and then both arms and legs. Lift. Beautiful upward lift. That looks gorgeous, Al. Nice sparkling of your fingertips. Nice extension in your legs. Gorgeous. Come into a regular cobra, please, and go right into child's pose. Nice. And just take a little break here. And Al's doing an active child's pose, which is really nice. Spread of the fingers. And just relax the eyes, the cheeks and the jaw, the tongue and the throat. And then from here, slowly and carefully come back up onto your hands and knees for downward dog. Hold downward dog and working the thighs back. Make this a leg pose, not so much an arm pose. You don't want to be dumping into your shoulders. You actually want to create space in your shoulders and relax your head and neck. Really nice. And the reason why this episode is called Tail Wags Dog, and any time that you make the outside circumstances more important, if you make the weather a reason for feeling bad, or you make someone doing something that really upset you, you're giving your power away. Tail wags dog. Tail wags dog if you say, oh, it's raining out, so that's an excuse to be miserable. Oh, or my child's acting out today. That's going to give me a reason to have a really bad day. When you make outside circumstances a reason to feel bad, you're giving your power away. There are no victims, there's only volunteers. Decide how you want to respond. Become proactive rather than reactive. And when we're reactive, then the tail wags the dog. And I'm asking you to be the dog that wags the tail. Be in charge of your own life in spite of bad weather or the political situation or whatever's going on outside of you that you have no control over. From here, we're going to go ahead and take the right leg forward for a triangle pose. Really nice. Come right into triangle pose. Beautiful. Long inhalations and long exhalations. Really nice. Grounding your right foot, grounding your left foot. And you'll notice with Al, beautiful. You'll notice both of his legs are nice and straight. His spine is nice and long. And he's looking up at his thumb. That's the dristier the gaze. Really spreading those toes, lifting those kneecaps, lengthening the crown away from your pelvis. Beautiful, Al. And then just bring your arm over your ear and step back into downward dog. Hold downward dog. Again, we want to really emphasize using your legs. And remember that as you spread your fingertips, the arms slightly roll away from your ears. So the upper arms externally rotate and the thighs internally rotate. Gorgeous. And then from here, we're going to step the left foot forward for triangle on the other side. And reach up. Really nice. Grounding your left foot, grounding your right foot. Really nice. Really stabilizing your feet, lifting your kneecaps, belly button into the spine. Nice lengthen, a nice spine. Reach the right arm over and step right to downward dog. Hold downward dog. Find symmetry between your right hand and your left hand. And remember, please, to press right between the thumb and index finger. A lot of us in downward dog roll to the pinkies. I invite you, please, to roll to the inner hand. Ground the thumb, ground the index finger, and work your thighs back. This looks really nice, Al. And go ahead and bring your right leg up again for triangle again. Reach up, come right into triangle, and look up at your thumb. Beautiful. Grounding your right foot, grounding your left foot. This can be a balancing pose. Engaging your belly and your buttocks and lengthening the crown away from your pelvis. And then go ahead and bring your arm over and go back to downward dog. Holding downward dog. Breathing deeply. Really nice. And you'll notice with Al, the thoracic spine is going into the body. You really want that to prevent that hunchback of Notre Dame look. And then go ahead and bring your left foot forward for triangle and reach up. Grounding your left foot, grounding your right foot. Really nice. Ujjayi breath, getting back into your breathing. Long inhalations and long exhalations. Nice dristi at the thumb. Bringing the arm over and go right back to downward dog. Holding downward dog. Breathing deeply. And go into the straight elbow plank again, please. Hold straight elbow plank. And then from here, for those that have shoulder issues, bend your knees. And for you too, I'll just demonstrate elbow plank again. Interlace the fingertips and go right into elbow plank. Really nice. And look straight ahead and energetically spread your elbows away from each other to spread the collarbones. Zip the pubic bone towards the belly button. That looks lovely. And then slowly and carefully come on down and come into a cobra position. Looking up and child's pose. Rest in child's pose. Relax your forehead. Really nice. Relax your temples and your cheeks and your jaw. Soften your shoulders, your upper arms, your forearms, your hands and fingers. Let your torso drop onto your thighs and your thighs drop onto your shins and calves. Stretch your feet and toes. Just relax deeply. Relax deeply. Know that you call the shots. You're in control. You're in control of your own life. It's up to you to be proactive rather than reactive. Think greater than the weather. Think greater than your nasty neighbors. Think greater than the economy. Think greater. Think greater. Be greater. Stretch your arms forward, please. Beautiful spread in the fingertips. Come onto your hands and knees, please, and downward dog. Hold downward dog. Really nice. And I love how Al's thighs are internally rotated, and you can see his toes are more in and his heels are out. That's correct. And even the fingertips spiral a little bit out. That looks beautiful. And I love how the thoracic spine is in the body. Gorgeous. Really nice length in the spine, Al. From here, we're going to go into side plank. So come into a plank position and roll onto the right hand and the right foot. And here, stay here if you're comfortable here. Now, some of my clients have a hard time with this, so they bring the top leg in front, and this is lovely. And as you ground your left foot, please, beautiful. Reach your right hip a little bit higher up away, and gorgeous extension. Nice, Al. And then for fun, just bring the arm over your ear so you have that nice long stretch. Gorgeous. Really ground that left foot, ground the outer edge of your right foot, and then bring that hand back up and go right back into plank position. Gorgeous. And downward dog. Hold downward dog. And really pushing into your legs. Front of the thigh into the back of the thigh. Gorgeous. Going back to your inhales, please, and your exhales. Go back to plank position, please, and then let's roll to the left side. And reach up and belly button into the spine. This looks really nice, Al. For those at home that find this challenging, bring your right foot in front and really push that right foot into the earth. Gorgeous. To reach that left hip a little more away from the floor, and then you can just bring the arm over for a nice intercostal stretch. Really nice, Al. Long inhalations and long exhalations. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, bringing the arm back up and go right back into plank. Hold plank position. Gorgeous. And then come back into downward dog. Breathing deeply. Long inhalations and long exhalations. And from here, just bring your feet together, please. And then reach your right leg up to the sky. Reach it way up. And then just bring your knee to your nose. And then kick it out. And knee to nose. And kick it out. And knee to nose. And kick it out. And knee to nose. And kick it out. And one more knee to nose. And kick it out. And then drop that foot down, please. And left leg lifts. Knee to nose. And kick it out. Knee to nose. Kick it out. Knee to nose. Kick it out. Nice work, Al. Knee to nose. And if you're following along at home, great job. And knee to nose. And kick it out. And drop that foot down, please. And bring your feet a little wider for downward dog. And we're going to work those thighs back. Nice work. Gorgeous. Working those thighs back. And I invite you to visualize the end game for you. Think greater than your circumstances. You don't want the tail to wag the dog. You want to be in control of your life. Visualize the end game for you. What is your end game? Focus on you. Take your power back. There are no victims. There's only volunteers. Think greater than the weather. Think greater than the economy. Think greater than the political system. Be greater, think greater, do greater. And then slowly come into upward dog. Nice, Al. And then downward dog. Upward dog. Gorgeous. Downward dog. If this is hard on your lower back, if you're feeling lower back pain and upward dog, please just do cobras. Upward dog. And downward dog. And really working those thighs back. And then from here, come right onto your knees and child's pose. And rest. Relax your eyes. Relax your cheeks and your jaw, your tongue, your throat, your shoulders. Relax your upper arms, your forearms, hands and fingers. Let your torso drop onto your thighs and your thighs drop onto your shins and calves, your feet and toes. Really nice. Come back up onto your hands and knees and downward dog again. And from here, go right into plank position and side plank again on the right side. Beautiful, bringing that left foot in front and really stamp that left foot and bring the left arm over your left ear for a nice side stretch. And then bring that arm back up, and then from here go right back to plank and downward dog. Hold downward dog. Front of the thigh into the back of the thigh. Nice extension in your spine. Really nice long spine. Come back to plank and roll onto the left, and then bring your upper foot and stamp that in. And for Al, he's using the edge of his left foot to ground. Some people ground their whole left foot. There's no right or wrong way to do that. And then bring the arm over for a nice stretch. This looks really nice, Al. And then from here, bring that arm back up and go right into plank. Hold plank position and downward dog. Remember, you don't want the tail to wag the dog. So if you're complaining about things outside of yourself, bring the power back to you. One of my favorite sayings is, 1 finger pointing at them and 3 back at me. When I'm pointing at something or someone, there's 3 fingers pointed back at me. If I spot it, I got it. So I have to look at myself, and my favorite saying is, put down the magnifying glass and pick up the mirror. Put down the magnifying glass and pick up the mirror. If I have a problem with someone or something, it begins with me. If I have a problem with someone or anything, it begins with me. It starts with my thoughts between my ears. So I can put down the magnifying glass and focus on Susan. One of my other favorite sayings is, stay in my own hula hoop. Mind my own business and just focus on my business. If I'm focusing on other people's business, my business is going to fail. I've got to just focus on Susan's business. Most things are none of my business. Most things are none of my business. And so I'm just going to wag my own tail, and I'm not going to bother about what other people are doing or not doing. And sometimes that's hard for me. Sometimes I like to point the finger. But then again, there's 3 pointing back at me. Really nice. Come right back into straight arm plank. Gorgeous. Really nice, Al. And then bend your knees and come back into elbow plank. Interlace your fingertips. Gorgeous. And then slowly come on down into an upward cobra. And come into child's pose, please. And just relax there for just a second. Relaxing your head and your neck. And then stretch your arms forward again. Come back into downward dog. Hold downward dog. Now from here, I'll come down onto your knees and come onto your forearms in Pinchamarasana style. Yes, come into forearm plank, because we're going to go into side plank. This is a little more challenging. Roll onto your right elbow and your right hand and reach your left hand up. And for you at home too, you can bring the upper leg in front if you want to. Again, this is a little challenging. Really nice, Al. This is a tough pose. And then from here, go ahead and come back onto your forearms. Straighten both legs. Recalibrate here. Really nice. And then come onto your left elbow and nice, and reach up. And bring your upper arm. Yeah, your upper foot. That helps a lot. This really strengthens the upper body. Gorgeous, Al. Really nice. And then from here, come back into elbow plank. And then from here, walk your feet up towards your elbows for dolphin pose. Stay there. And then from here, just look at your hands if you want. And stay there and breathe. And then now drop your head and look at your belly button. And walk your feet in even closer if you want. Nice, nice, Al. Gorgeous. That's amazing. And then walk your feet back to elbow plank. Hold elbow plank. Really nice. And then slowly and carefully come on down for cobra. And child's pose. Rest in child's pose. Long inhalations and long exhalations. And come back onto your hands and knees in downward dog. Hold downward dog. Long inhalations and long exhalations. And then from here, come on down into a seated position, legs out in front of you. And if you need a belt to grab your feet, do so. I don't think Al needs one. Reach your arms up and grab your toes. And from here, do a cobra, look up, a cobra in the forward bend, and now nose to knee, come all the way down. Really nice. And just go ahead and fold down. If you need a belt at home, do so. And you'll see how Al's elbows are reaching out. Beautiful, Al. Ironing your legs into the earth. And just breathe there. Long inhalations and long exhalations. Breathing deeply. Long inhalations and long exhalations. Often we're powerless over people, places, and things. But I don't believe we're powerless over our thoughts and our choices. We may be powerless over people, places, and things, but not our thoughts. And so if I'm having negative thoughts, I can choose to have a positive thought. But we're powerless over people, places, and things. And I love what Byron Katie says. She says, arguing with reality is expecting a dog to meow or a cat to bark. That's not going to happen, right? Arguing with reality is expecting a cat to bark. It's not going to happen, but I can focus on myself and choose better thoughts and better feelings and better choices for me. I may be powerless over people, places, and things, but I'm not powerless of how I choose to respond. That way I don't have to have the tail wag the dog. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and come on up to a seated position and just bring your right foot over your left leg and do a little twist. So from here, yeah, the right leg goes over and Al's choosing to keep the foot right next to him. That's perfect. And then just twist. And you'll see how he's ironing that leg into the earth and he's grounding that right hand behind him and lifting through the crown of his head. Really nice. And I heard some nice adjustments, some chiropractic adjustments from Al. This is lovely. Yoga is the best way to be your own doctor. Take care of your own body so you don't give your power away. Straighten your right leg and hug your left and do the other side. I started doing yoga in college and I had a roommate who went to the chiropractor. She was spending about $800 a month on chiropractic adjustments because she was in such back pain. And I was doing yoga at the time and I would crack my own back just by doing yoga. And I thought, I'm going to be my own doctor so I don't have to give $800 a month to a chiropractor. You take your power back by doing yoga. You take your power back. You become in charge of your own body and your own life. Straighten your legs, reach up and touch your toes. Gorgeous. Really nice, Al. And nose to knee, come on down. Beautiful, Al. Very nice work. And then what I want you to do, Al, is just to lie down on your back, please, in Shavasana. And palms open to the sky and feet really wide. And just rest there, please. Really nice work. And let the front of the body drop down into the back of the body. And just soften your eyes, your cheeks and jaw. And just return back to your breath, please. And let go. Really good work, you guys. Really nice work. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember that fitness is not just physical, it's mind and body. I'm Susan Foxley, and you can learn more about my books, workshops, and life coaching at susanfoxley.com or connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and see you next time. One more thing. Always, always, always go where the love is. Namaste.